United States, Donald J. Trump.
It was an emotional welcome for Donald Trump on the opening night of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. The white bandage over his right ear was the only indication of Trump's brush with death just 2 days ago, when he missed a bullet by a whisker. The crowd chanted "fight," the very same word that a bloody Trump had shouted several times while pumping his fist in the air as the Secret Service rushed him off the stage in Butler, Pennsylvania. While it was always known that Republican delegates would officially nominate Trump for the third consecutive presidential election, the big mystery was who will be his vice president nominee. In true Trump style, the former president kept the element of surprise going till the very end. Trump called JD Vance 20 minutes before he announced on Truth Social that he had chosen the 39-year-old Ohio senator to be his running mate.
Delegates and alternates, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce that Senator JD Vance has the overwhelming support of this convention to be the next Vice President of the United States.
Vance had met Trump at his Mar-a-Lago club a day before the rally at which Trump was shot in the ear. Vance grew up in Middletown, Ohio, served in the Marine Corps, including in Iraq, and graduated from Ohio State University and Yale Law School. From there, he joined a Silicon Valley investment firm before returning to Ohio to launch a failed non-profit to develop opioid addiction treatments. Vance is also the author of the best-selling memoir Hillbilly Elegy, which tells of his blue-collar upbringing and how it affected his politics and worldview. Vance was once a fierce critic of Trump. During the early stages of Trump's political career, Vance cast him as a total fraud, a moral disaster, and America's Hitler. But by the time Vance met Trump in 2021, his opinion had changed dramatically. He cited Trump's accomplishments as president as the reason for his shift in perspective.
No more talking about big tech.
Both men downplayed Vance's previous criticism. Vance was rewarded for his turnaround during his bid for an open Senate seat in 2022. He got Trump's coveted endorsement, which was crucial for his victory. He was elected to the Senate in 2022 and has since become one of the staunchest champions of the former president's Make America Great Again agenda. Vance became a close friend of Trump's eldest son, Donald Jr., who made the case for him to be the running mate on the grounds that he shared his father's political vision.
The vice presidency is an office of sacred trust. The man who accepts this nomination accepts with it the awesome responsibility to give wise counsel to the president, to represent America abroad, to preside over the Senate, and to be ready to lead our nation at a moment's notice. JD Vance is such a man.
In 2021, when Donald Trump picked Indiana Governor Mike Pence as his running mate, it was widely seen as an effort to woo evangelical Christian voters who may be wary of supporting Trump. Trump knows this election will be won and lost in a handful of industrial Midwest battleground states. With his background, Vance could be well positioned to connect with and energize the kind of white working-class voters who narrowly delivered those states to Trump in 2016. Vance also aligns closely with Trump's own political ideology. They have similar views on trade, immigration, and foreign policy. Vance has been particularly critical of continued U.S. support for Ukraine.
Vice President of the United States.
He's a clone of Trump on the issue. A clone of Trump on the issue. So I don't see any difference.
But Vance could be something of a double-edged sword for Republicans. For instance, his views on abortion could turn off many female voters. Vance opposes the practice even in the case of rape or incest, Although he has stopped short of saying there should be a national ban and has said exceptions should be allowed when the mother's life is at risk. But for the most part, the Vance pick proves that Trump has doubled down on Trumpism.
The chair is pleased to make the following appointments to the escort committee for Senator JD Vance.